What's up, guys? It's been a while. I've been in the Grand Cayman Islands for a while, and I watched Mississippi State game down there. Let's get into that a little bit. But I'm back now. It's good to be back. We're gonna have a South Carolina vlog tomorrow. We haven't had a vlog in a while, but you're gonna get one of those tomorrow. So why I was gone? Kentucky, Mississippi State. The Cats laid another egg. Very frustrating that they laid the egg. They do this after every big home atmosphere. They come out in recent history and just drop an egg, and that's exactly what they did, unfortunately, this past weekend against Mississippi State. Sawyer Smith got a little nicked up, hurt his shoulder. Didn't miss a rep in practice this week, so that's good news, but it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to, probably at 90% tomorrow. South Carolina is a tough place to play. The Gamecocks, they got Sandstorm. It's one of the coolest atmospheres in football. If you haven't been, definitely check it out. But Kentucky, South Carolina, it's a must-win game for both teams. It's week 5, but it's especially for South Carolina. This is a must-win. You look at them. I want to say they play 4 or 5 teams in the top 25 after Kentucky, so it's a must-win because there's only maybe 1 or 2 games they're winning after this. Maybe that's guaranteed. So South Carolina's got to win this. They've lost to Kentucky 5 years in a row. And for a program at South Carolina, if you've lost to Kentucky at 5 years in a row, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong if you've lost to Kentucky 5 years in a row. And there needs to be changes. And that's why Will Muschamp's on the hot seat. A lot of South Carolina fans seem to be very upset with Will. But the thing is, they just got a $70 million, I want to say, faculty. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And Will Muschamp's buyout's pretty massive. So to fire him, they're going to have to pay him an unbelievable amount of money. And so they're in a tough situation there at South Carolina. But his kryptonite is beating Kentucky, and hopefully that continues tomorrow. Now, coming from Kentucky's aspect, the run game against Mississippi State seemed to be working. A.J. Rose got 9 or 10 carries, and he had over 100 yards. But they were behind the whole entire game, and that's why Sawyer had to pass the ball so many times. And it wasn't a good recipe for victory. And that's why they ended up losing. So if you're going to see Kentucky, South Carolina, both teams have good run games. Both teams do. More so Kentucky. I think this game's really just... Here's the thing with South Carolina. Their letdown is their offensive line. They really, really struggle there. And their secondary is woeful. I mean, at times I think Kentucky's secondary is pretty awful. Go watch a South Carolina football game. They're woeful in the secondary. So I know Kentucky wants to run. That's their bread and butter. They want to run the ball to Rose and Smoke. Give them some carries and stuff. I know that's what they want to do, but you got to take a deep shot. And every time Kentucky tries to take a deep shot, they've not completed one. So it's time for Lynn Bowden to have a breakout, for a touchdown on a deep ball. Lynn Bowden was great. All right. He had a costly drop here and there against Mississippi State, but it was finally a breakout game. He had over 100 yards. He was basically Kentucky's target every single pass. So I think other guys have to step up. Look at Josh Ali, Cleveland Thomas, Allen Daly, Keaton Upshaw. Guys like that need to start making plays. You can't just keep going to Ahmad Wagner on jump balls and just hoping he's gonna get a pass interference to catch every time. You can't do it. They're bringing a high safety on the left or right side, whichever line he sets up, and they're basically double teaming him. Other guys have to step up. It can't be the Ahmad Wagner show, and it can't be the Lynn Bowden show. If Kentucky wants to go into South Carolina, which will be a 7:30 kickoff, a very tough atmosphere, South Carolina's playing for their season, Kentucky's got to have a different recipe. The run game's great. Offensive line for Kentucky is great. I mean, they give Sawyer enough time. They open up holes for Smoke and Rose. But other guys besides Wagner, besides Bowden, have to make plays. You have to if you're going to even win this game. Kentucky's defense is going up against a backup. Backups are our kryptonite. It's as simple as that. We can't stop backup quarterbacks, and there's nothing to it. Mississippi State's quarterback was a true freshman, I think. Or he was a redshirt. I don't know. He was a freshman, though. He killed us. I mean, Florida, when they had their backup, Trask come in, killed us. We can't stop backups, and that has to stop. It has to. So tomorrow, the third string for South Carolina is injured and not playing. He's the guy who wants to change pace for them. He's out. But you got to stop Helinski. All right, you have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's a little nicked up too, just like Sawyer. And if you're going to win the football game, you're going to have to slow down Helinski, and the offense is going to take care of itself. South Carolina's defense is not great. So, basically Kentucky, what helps them in the passing game as well. South Carolina's star safety just put himself into the transfer portal. Massive for Kentucky. So basically, Kentucky's just gotta take some deep breaths. And Helinski's he's gonna want to throw to Edwards. That's South Carolina's main target. He's a very tall, lengthy receiver. He's the best guy they got, in my opinion. He's really good. And they got to stop the Clemson transfer. Feaster, I think's his name. I think personally, it's 2.5 South Carolina. That's the spread. That means Kentucky's a better team. So you get a couple points to the home team, and if it's only 2.5 Kentucky, I think they're a better team. I think this is a 50-50 game. The atmosphere is going to be unbelievable in South Carolina. Kentucky's just got to handle their business, do what they got to do, go in, change the season around. 2-2, you're looking at 4-0 with Terry Wilson playing. Which sucks, but Sawyer, you just got to believe in him. He's a tough character. You got to keep supporting the kid. Yeah, they're 2-2, but this is a game you change your season around. You go 3-2, you get Arkansas after the bye, 4-2. Things start clicking. So this is a massive game for both sides. One of the best games of the weekend, because there's not really many in like college football tomorrow. That's great. But I personally think, I'm praying, and I truly think it's going to happen. I think Kentucky is a better football team, and they're going to go into South Carolina, and they're going to win their 6th game in a row against the Gamecocks. So let's go, Cats. Let's get the vlog out tomorrow. Let's just end this 2-game losing streak, and let's go win a game. Let's go.